Hey race, I compared the all-new 2026 Mitsubishi Delica-D 5 with the 2026 Chery Tiggo 8 and put the results into a focused, detailed comparison you can scan quickly or read in depth. I'll note where public info is still sparse and where regional specs may differ. Local trims, engines and prices often change by market. Sources used are Mitsubishi's Delica page and recent coverage of the Tiggo 8 reveal and Chery product pages. Quick summary. The Delica-D 5, 2026, is presented as a rugged, boxy family/adventure MPV with Mitsubishi's Dynamic Shield styling cues, available with 4WD/S-AWC focus and off-road design details targeted at buyers wanting a versatile, off-road capable people carrier. The Chery Tiggo 8, 2026, is a modern large 7-seat SUV that emphasizes technology, value, and multiple powertrains, including 1.6T petrol and hybrid/PHEV, super hybrid, options in export markets, aiming at a tech-rich family SUV segment with competitive pricing. Exterior and design. Mitsubishi Delica-D 5. Boxy, upright MPV proportions with a tough look, vertical multi-LED lighting, large grille, and protective lower cladding design cues that emphasize an outdoors/adventure image. Mitsubishi highlights a reinforced dynamic shield look and higher positioning of marker lamps for visibility. Chery Tiggo 8. More conventional SUV styling, sleeker front, coupe-like lines on some trims, but the 2026 redesign grows in size vs the outgoing Tiggo 8. Multiple front-end treatments exist for different export markets. Some variants emphasize a more premium, techy appearance. Verdict: Delica leans rugged/adventure, Tiggo 8 leans mainstream SUV with a tech/premium push. Size, seating and packaging. Delica-D 5. Marketed as a roomy family MPV with flexible 7/8 seat layouts and practical sliding doors, typical Delica trait. Mitsubishi positions it toward lifestyle/outdoor use, higher ground clearance than typical MPVs. Exact dimensions vary by market and Mitsubishi's pages emphasize packaging/utility over a single spec sheet. Tiggo 8. Confirmed as a 7-seat large SUV, recent reporting indicates the 2026 Tiggo 8 measures larger than the previous model, roughly 4.75 m length and 2.825 mm wheelbase reported for the new model, giving generous interior space for 3-row occupants. Verdict: both are 7-seat family vehicles. Tiggo 8 likely provides more conventional SUV space on a long wheelbase, while Delica focuses on flexible MPV practicality and higher ground clearance. Powertrains and drivetrain. Delica-D 5. Mitsubishi's messaging and recent media stories point to AWD/S-AWC, super all-wheel control, availability and a focus on usable off-road capability. Exact engine choices, petrol/hybrid/diesel, for each market weren't fully consolidated in public global spec sheets at the time of the reporting I used. Mitsubishi has historically offered petrol and diesel engines in Delica variants. Expect markets to receive different engine options depending on emissions rules. Tiggo 8. Chery is offering the Tiggo 8 with multiple powertrains depending on market. Conventional turbo petrol, 1.6T/1.5T in some specs, and plug-in/super hybrid variants, PHEV, in markets like Europe and Australia. Chery promotes hybrid/PHEV versions with meaningful electric-only range in some regions. Verdict: Tiggo 8 has clearer multi-powertrain availability, including hybrid/PHEV, in many export markets. Delica is positioned for AWD/off-road use and likely to have strong AWD tech, S-AWC, but exact electrified variants depend on region. Off-road capability and driving character. Delica-D 5. Designed for an adventure lifestyle, boxy geometry, higher ride height, protective cladding, and Mitsubishi's AWD systems, S-AWC, marketed for better traction and off-pavement control. Expect approach/departure geometry and underbody protection suited to light off-road touring. Tiggo 8. Primarily a road-biased large family SUV. Some trims and the T1X platform improvements claim better ground clearance and angles than prior Tiggo generations, but it is not marketed as a focused off-roader. Emphasis is on on-road comfort, tech, and fuel efficiency, especially in hybrid forms. Verdict: if off-road capability is important, Delica is the more dedicated choice. Interior, infotainment and tech. Delica-D 5. Mitsubishi promotional materials show a practical, modern cabin with emphasis on visibility, flexible seating, and utilitarian finishes suitable for outdoor use. Mitsubishi tends to keep an emphasis on function over flash. Expect modern infotainment but more conservative luxury levels versus class-leading premium SUVs. Tiggo 8. Chery highlights large displays, center screens up to 15.6 inch in some variants, premium audio, multi-camera views, 540°/360° marketed on some trims, advanced driver assists, and rich connectivity. Chery aggressively packs tech features into Tiggo 8 to undercut rivals on value. Verdict: Tiggo 8 likely wins on tech/spec per price. Delica offers durable, practical packaging with sufficient modern features. Safety and ADAS. Delica, Mitsubishi typically equips new models with its safety suite and driver aids. Press mentions of modern safety/visibility improvements are present. Exact ADAS features by region, automatic emergency braking, lane assist, adaptive cruise etc., will depend on trim. Tiggo 8. Chery has been equipping Tiggo 8 variants with a long list of driver aids, adaptive cruise, lane keep assist, 360° cameras, especially in higher trims and export versions marketed in Europe/Australia. Verdict: both compete on ADAS. Tiggo May 8 offer more ADAS tech in higher trims at aggressive pricing. Pricing and market availability. Delica-D 5, initially focused on Japan and select markets with pre-orders reported, wider global rollout, Australia/others, is likely but timing and pricing vary. Mitsubishi is positioning it as a lifestyle MPV. Price points will reflect segment and AWD hardware. Tiggo 8, Chery has been actively expanding into export markets, UK, Australia, and others. Pricing is typically aggressive vs established Japanese/Korean rivals, and Chery advertises competitive drive-away and hybrid model pricing in markets like Australia/Europe. Recent press shows Chery positioning Tiggo 8 as an affordable 7-seater in the UK and other markets. Verdict: expect Tiggo 8 to be cheaper for comparable spec. Delica may cost more due to AWD hardware and Mitsubishi branding. Practical considerations: ownership, service, resale. Delica, Mitsubishi has long service networks in many markets. Easier ownership experience where Mitsubishi is established. The Delica badge has a following, fan base, in some regions, which helps resale in niche markets. Tiggo 8, Chery's dealer and service footprint is expanding but remains new in several markets. Warranty and local service packages vary and are often aggressive, long warranties. To attract buyers, resale values may be volatile until brand acceptance grows. What's uncertain/what to verify locally? Exact engine outputs, HP/torque, and fuel economy numbers for the Delica in your country. Mitsubishi is releasing market-specific specs. Trim-by-trim ADAS lists and infotainment features differ by region for both models. The Tiggo 8 has multiple front fascia/trim variants depending on export market. Final local pricing, warranty and service packages, especially for Chery, which uses aggressive warranty/pricing tactics in new markets. Recommendation, based on typical buyer priorities. Choose Mitsubishi-Delica-D 5 if you want a purpose-built family MPV with genuine AWD/off-road capability, practicality, and Mitsubishi's heritage in AWD systems. Good if you routinely carry people plus gear and want higher ground clearance. Choose Chery Tiggo 8 if you prioritize tech features, value for money, and want hybrid/PHEV choices. It's likely to offer more gadgetry per dollar and better efficiency options, especially in PHEV/hybrid forms. Great if most driving is on pavement and you want modern connectivity.